Put your bare arm into winter wind, not for a photo, for the whole night. At first, it is annoying. Then your fingers get slow. Then your body starts making decisions without asking you. That is the problem clothing solved before it was fashion, status, uniforms, brands, or pockets full of receipts. Clothing began as a strange idea. What if your skin was not enough? So you borrowed another skin, not because humans were stylish, because the outside world kept touching them and taking things away. Heat, blood flow, energy, sleep, movement, survival. The wrong story is one genius ancient tailor inventing pants on Tuesday. That is funny, but almost certainly wrong. Clothing was probably not one invention. It was a chain of small fixes. Hold a hide around your shoulders, tie it better, scrape it softer, punch holes, thread cord, patch a tear, wrap feet, cover hands, make it stay on while walking, make it stay on while carrying a child, make it stay on while working, sweating, crawling, and running from whatever made everyone suddenly quiet. The big idea was simple. The execution was not. A shirt is easy to wear. It is not easy to invent from a dead animal. A sharp stone and a weather problem. Clothing is hard to prove because it is made of the wrong stuff for archaeology. Stone survives. Bone survives. Soft skin, fiber, sinew, cord, and fur usually do not. So archaeologists often work around the missing object. They look for hide-working tools. They look for awls and needles. They look for use-wear, cut marks, ornaments, cold climate settlement, and indirect biological clues. And one of those clues is disgusting enough to be useful. Lice. Body lice depend on clothing in a way. Head lice do not. Genetic studies of clothing lice have been used to estimate that regular clothing use may go very deep into human history. On screen, the honest picture is not a calendar date stamped first shirt. It is a split on a timeline. Head lice on one branch, clothing lice on another, with a large uncertainty cloud around the estimate. That does not give us a photograph of the first coat. It gives us a witness that lived in the seams. Warmth is the obvious reason. But do not make it too simple. Clothing does not create heat by magic. It traps air. It blocks wind. It keeps wet, sharp, burning, biting, or scratching things away from skin. It lets a body carry a small climate from one place to another. That matters because humans are weirdly exposed animals. We sweat well. We walk far. We make tools. But naked skin is not a serious plan for cold wind, thorns, ash, insects, rough ground, or a long night on the move. A hide wrap is not just a blanket. It can be a wall, a bag, a shade, a baby carrier, a sleeping lair, a work surface, and a signal that someone knew how to turn animal material into human advantage. Before clothing was an outfit, it was equipment. At some point, covering the body becomes fitting the body. That is a huge change. Loose material helps. Fitted material can help more. One version slips off your shoulder when you run. The other stays on when your hands are full. It can close gaps, protect hands and feet, trap warm air near the body, move without falling off, layer under other layers. Later, Paleolithic-eyed needles are often treated as important clues for sewing and dress. Recent research also points out that bone awls and other technologies could already make fitted garments before the most delicate needles appear. That matters for the story. The needle is not the moment clothing began. It is a sign that clothing became more precise, more layered, and maybe more socially visible. Once the body is more fully covered, decoration can move from skin to clothing. Survival technology starts becoming identity technology. Now, zoom out from one body. Clothing changes the map. A naked body has a smaller world. It can survive some places, some seasons, some nights. But cover that body, and suddenly the edge moves. The windy ridge is still cold. The cave mouth is still smoky. The long wait still hurts. Colder valleys become possible. Windier paths become possible. Longer waits become possible. Carrying a child becomes different. Sleeping near a dying fire becomes different. Working with sharp stone, bone, ash, skins, plants, and meat becomes different. Again, do not imagine one universal costume. Different places probably demanded different solutions. Wraps, cloaks, leggings, foot coverings, bags, bindings, layers. The point is not the exact wardrobe. The point is that clothing let humans negotiate with environments their bare skin could not negotiate with alone. And then clothing becomes very human. Because once people wear things, those things can mean things. A useful wrap can become a recognizable wrap. A repair can become a mark of skill. A bead can move from body to garment. A color, edge, cord, stitch, or ornament can say group, age, role, success, care, memory, grief, beauty, status, belonging. We should not drag modern fashion backward and pretend Paleolithic people had runway seasons, but humans are meaning machines. If a thing sits on your body every day, other people will eventually read it. First, it keeps you alive. Then it tells the group something about who you are. That is the strange power of clothing. It starts as survival against weather and ends up carrying social weather too. So why did humans start wearing clothes? Because skin failed. Not morally, physically. The body was brilliant, but the planet was bigger. Clothing let humans carry warmth, protection, tools, children, identity, and eventually style across landscapes. It turned animal skin, plant fiber, bone tools, cord, patience, and memory into a portable room. And that is the part we forget when we call clothes superficial. Your jacket is not just a look. It is an ancient argument with the weather. Your jacket is one reason your fingers are still fast today. The first outfit was not trying to be cool. It was trying to make sunrise survivable.